Thanks for staying with us. Now you're still watching Ways. Turtle is a reptile that is common in almost all parts of the world. It has given a lot of people joy as a pet and as a marine animal. One of their observable characteristics is their encased bony shell. The reptile can be found in the sea and at times in freshwater bodies. World Turtles Day has been celebrated on May 23rd every year since 1990. Now, this celebration aims to bring awareness and enlighten people on the importance of turtle. Due to their dwindling numbers, turtles have become rare to spot in the wild, making their population as a species critically endangered. Who is a lover of turtle? Not me. From TV, I love them. Really, not in. I've seen one that was this. I don't know the difference. Okay, the turtle is the one in the water, while the tortoise is the one on land. I'm not sure.
I think
well, but I've no,
seen
they can't be
some
the
that are
same
really
one.
huge.
The water one is different.
I
Turtle
think
is water.
really?
The
turtle
is one in the water. The wades in the water. I think the tortoise is the one on land.
That crows.
Yeah, but I mean, there are animals that I just see and I appreciate when I watch National Geographic, Discovery Channel. But as a pet or as something up close, no, thank you.
Stay away.
People are not nice.
Stay away.
Okay, so number, what did you find for us in this?
Oh, wow. Okay, so my story has to do with the politics within the Nigerian environment. It says that crisis rocks Rivers, Oyo, Benue APC over governorship primaries. So the story goes that the All Progressives Congress chapters in the states, including Rivers, Benue, Oyo, and Sokoto, are currently facing crisis arising from last week's election of delegates for governorship primaries holding. And it's interesting because some of the accusations across board within the party was about being partisan, right? Some people feel that their voices were not heard. Some of them said that, oh, that the primaries were skewed to a large extent and that some areas did not even have any delegates to represent them. So imagine that all of this fiasco is going in one party. I can only imagine what is happening across board in other parties. And if people start feeling disgruntled amongst their party that their voices are not heard or their own decisions are not being considered, then already that is crisis waiting to happen. Of course, with the impending non-participation of statutory delegates, including President, Vice President, members of state and National Assembly, and only 5 delegates are elected for each of the 8,809 wards in the country. And these are the only people that can vote. So it's really complicating issues. There's a lot of disagreement amongst aspirants, that people who have paid and do not have that opportunity to be represented. So I hope that they are able to put their acts together, because this is just happening very close to the elections already. I don't know.
Moving on.
Okay, so I found something very interesting. It says that the federal government has slammed a new tax on phone calls in the nation to fund free healthcare for the vulnerable group in Nigeria. So this is despite recent moves by telecommunication companies to increase the price of their services as a result of an unfavorable operating climate. The telecom tax, in the equivalent of a minimum of 1 kobo per second for phone calls, is part of the sources of funds required to finance free healthcare for the vulnerable group in Nigeria. This is contained in the National Health Insurance Authority Bill 2021, signed by the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, last week. The Act includes the provision under Section 26, subsection 1C, which states that the source of money for the Vulnerable Group Fund includes telecommunication tax, not less than 1 kobo per second of GSM calls. The tax is one of the sources of money to the vulnerable group fund to subsidize the provision of healthcare to the group defined to include children under 5, pregnant women, the aged, physically and mentally challenged, and the indigent as may be defined from time to time. According to this act, the Vulnerable Group Fund is money budgeted to pay for healthcare services for vulnerable Nigerians who cannot pay for health insurance in a bid to subsidize the cost of provision of healthcare services to vulnerable people in the country. So for me, I just think that this is a very good move. You know, for other countries, like in the UK, they have the NHS, you know, which is the National Health Service. And this service is healthcare. It's available to everybody, and it covers almost everything apart from asking them to pay just little charges here and there. So if we don't have the national health care for our citizens, and I think it's only fair that they bill these telecommunication companies, you know, for this very vulnerable group in Nigeria. So it's a good one. I like it. Kudos.
You think these charges will not be passed on to some other
groups? So that's the thing now, and that's the problem we always have in Nigeria. It's always about making the laws and then carrying out administration of these laws. So we know that we're going to encounter that issue now, but it's a good move. We always sometimes to come up with very good moves. So how do we
sustain it,
implement? So that's always our problems. It's a good move, but implementation, we're going to have a problem there, no doubt.
Okay, so I saw a video I just thought to mention, because mine is more of a mention. There's no much information on it. If it's anything to go by, it means that, okay, somebody's actually doing something about insecurity in the country. So a video surfaced that Sahara reporters, military joint task force, attacks ISWAP commanders' hideout in border towns. Now this video is the source is Sahara reporters. So we're just hoping that whatever it is, you know, this fight against insurgency, terrorism, Boko Haram, you know, we're hoping that, you know, some level of wins, some level of wins would happen for us.
And I like the fact that we didn't hear about it before the video sufficed. So because what they do most of the time is come out and say, oh, we just
and the truth is that the thing is, we don't even know what the information is right now. We just know that there's a video somewhere, there was an attack somewhere. We don't know.
We don't have location.
Yes, we don't have location. They just said border town. We don't have any idea of how many people, if at all, people were killed or captured or whatever it is. So let's see how it goes.
And I see the serious shots. I like the fact that they bombed the place.
It is well.
Yes.
It is well. This insecurity is serious matter.
That's progress.
Serious matter. You know, while we're talking about this one, talking about Nigeria, some people are busy fighting each other on social media, and you know.
Concerning what? I've not seen that.
Don't worry, it's a
story for another day.
Really?
You know, people are actually you don't understand that there are more critical issues to face than going to beat somebody or not beating somebody.
For them, it's as serious as
it
case,
gets, right?
like any other
they're
thing.
beating people on Instagram.
All right, let's take a break. Meanwhile, I hear Banky W lost his primaries. You know what?
Very unfortunate.
A lot of things are going on social media. I've not been on social media today, but I will try to go after the show. So I want to take a break now because I want to discuss religion and the influence it has in our Nigerian politics. And we have our guest with us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.